to apply for a job and they want somebody with experience. How am I going to get experience if I haven't had a job? It's some type of vicious circle. And the housewife who has spent many years raising her family is in that same position. She also has the disadvantage of her age often. So she has these special problems, and she oftentimes needs assistance to get around those problems.
Okay, so you offer the course for females primarily.
Yes.
To enter the job market, whether they be young, middle-aged, or older.
That's right.
What are some of the concepts that you cover as far as helping them to transition lives or helping them to better understand the job market?
The course covers 6 basic areas. First of all, we do a talent assessment so that we can find out what the qualifications of the individual are, and then we use that assessment to come up with a resume for the individual. We also discuss interviews, how to conduct oneself on an interview, how to dress, what to say on an interview, what not to say, what the job market is actually like, what are some of the obstacles that might be met in job hunting, and once a job is found, what are some of the obstacles that may be approached, how you can deal with these obstacles. Also, the cost of job hunting is discussed, and the cost of having a job is discussed.
Okay, in the concept that you mentioned, and also before I go any further, we would like to remind the viewers that we are live, and if you have any questions or any calls, feel free to give us a call at 471-3700 if you have any thoughts or ideas about females entering the job market or housewives entering the job market. And you mentioned housewives not having experience. After being in a housewife type situation for years, do they actually have or do they gain any experience that they could use in the job market?
Actually, yes, and a talent assessment in preparation for a resume. What a resume is, of course, is a description of one's qualifications. And in being a homemaker, being a housewife, the average homemaker does have an awful lot of qualifications and skills that are used in the job place. These are transferable skills.
For example, what are some of the...
Okay. Budgeting is an ideal example. Of course, most housewives do a lot of supervising, a lot of organizing. Each case is different, but those are some of the generalities that you will find that most homemakers do have as far as qualifications.
Okay, and you mentioned resumes.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, for a housewife or anyone in the job market, how important do you consider resumes as your course goal? And then how do you work with, say, females entering the job market for the first time in developing a resume if they don't have that much experience?
Okay. I think that the resume is extremely important. When you apply for a job, you have a standard application form. There's just not a whole lot that can be said on that application form. If you can enhance your description and your qualifications in a resume, then I think that gives you an edge. So to develop a resume, as I mentioned earlier, you start with a talent assessment. And each individual is going to be somewhat different, but I have not yet worked with an individual, whether she be directly out of high school or whether she has spent years